Hello everybody, and I want to welcome you all ahead of Spring 2024, with which we hope will be a busy spring and a busy year ahead of us. And a particular warm welcome to William and Julia again from our friends and our team and our partners in France with our Elvor partners. The last time you guys were here was September 23 at the ploughing, if you all remember, and we chatted about, we were with Farmer Phil and we were chatting about milk powder and the future and the state of farming. In your opinion, where are the milk markets, or the markets for raw materials in the making of the milk powder? Where do you see them? Where are they now? Where do you see them maybe in the next 6 months?
I would say the situation is quite stable at the moment, so no stress for Irish farmers buying Elvor concerning prices. But then compared to like the milk prices in France are probably higher than here.
Yes.
That's the reason that there's no decrease related to the milk decrease in Ireland. But anyway, the season is getting to the peak right now, and we're all working hard to provide the product on time.
Thank you, Julia. And we're finding this year a bit slower to get going, but I think we came off a 2022 season with a very high milk price, and suppose money was more available and lads were buying milk powder a bit quicker, earlier. We're just finding it a bit slower this year to get going, but we expect in the next few weeks it'll start. Is it the same across France, or do you find any difference between our market here and other markets you might have?
In France, I would say some biggest sales of milk replacers are already, it's been in December and January, probably a bit lower now, but we are also working with distributors, so they probably have a high season to distribute to farmers right now.
Okay.
So that's what's happening in France, and we are also preparing the season for the small ruminants at the moment.
Okay.
In France it would be around March, I guess.
Okay. I think farmers across Europe are generally, William, I'll bring you in here, the farmers across Europe, and I see our association here, Irish Farmers Association, is warming up to support our European partners. They're not happy, and they're nearly getting tired. There's a lot of protesting going on in Germany and France, and they're nearly getting tired of the whole situation of what's happening. And what's your opinion there, or where do you see, is there any outcome to this? Or
as you say, there's a big concern in France for French farmers, and big strikes at the moment. There are many reasons for that. I think the beginning of the strike came from the price of the fuel paid by the farmers, because there are no taxes or very little taxes on this fuel for farmers, and the French government was thinking about adding some taxes on the fuel, which the farmers doesn't want. So that was the start of the complaint, and then the box was opened. And globally, French farmers are not happy with too much reglementation, too much rules coming from the European community. They say they spend too much time on papers on the farm, so they're not happy with that. Also, they say the competition with other European countries and outside of Europe is not fair, because there are lots of rules for French farmers for producing good quality products, milk, meat, and there are products which are sold in France to the French population coming from different countries with not the same rules at cheapest price. So they say the competition is not fair between French production and other countries. Yeah.
And that's a very, very good point. And I think, and from speaking to farmers in Ireland and around our local area here, we are all getting tired of all this paperwork and red tape, and no matter what industry you're in, every industry has a breaking point where eventually people have to say, stop that, enough. That's a very good point. And it's great to see the support from the non-farmers in France, that they support the French protests and the French strikes.
Yeah.
And that's still going.
That's still going. Yes. There has been some message from the French Farmer Association telling thank you to the French population for supporting their movement and the strikes in France, and it's still the case Yes. Yeah.
I think, and it has always struck me the way the non-farmer population in France always support the farm community. It's something we might learn in Ireland, that if we could get that element here to support ourselves, it makes for a nicer environment between us all. On that note, and that's just a quick message, and thanks so much for coming again, and may we'll have a good year for 2024 and the back of previous years. So thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure to come here.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure.